Hello Sheffield Wednesday fans, this is your Wednesday advisor, built on Hillsborough grit and a clear head. Picture the scene, the cop in full voice turning to stunned silence, blue and white scarves dropping to the floor as Sheffield United batter us 3-0. That derby nightmare wasn't just a defeat, it was a punch to the gut that made you and me question everything. But before we start swinging the axe, listen carefully. The calls to sack Henrik Pedersen right now would be one of the daftest moves this club could make. Stick with me, because by the end you'll see this isn't blind loyalty. It's common sense. Let's revisit that horror show on Saturday. We weren't just beaten, we were second best in every area, in a performance so lifeless it felt like we were wading through mud. The fans' frustration spilled over chants, turned into groans, and for the first time this season you could hear whispers of Pedersen out coming from the stands. Fair? Absolutely. One win in 16 championship matches isn't a dip, it's a collapse. And don't get me started on the summer window and empty shop front, thanks to Datefon Chansiri's reckless overspending, leaving us with pockets emptier than Hillsborough on a Tuesday night. Pedersen inherited a squad on the brink, no reinforcements, no stability. Yet here he is, the 47-year-old Dane with his Danish-Norwegian-German blend of football steadying the ship after Danny Roll jumped overboard. But here's the twist that's kept me awake. Patrick McKenna from Football League World nailed it when he said emotions spike after a derby humiliation, but logic has to win. I disagree, he said to those calling for Pedersen's head. And I'm right there with him. Henrik isn't Moses parting the sea, but give the man credit. He held firm during a boardroom meltdown when lesser managers would have bailed. He's kept this squad battling, even when the table screams, League One incoming. Delete those rage tweets and think this man is fighting with one hand tied behind his back. Now let's get to the obvious question. Why sack the manager mid-season when we're already 18 points adrift of safety? That's not a gap, that's a canyon. Sacking Pedersen won't conjure a miracle run. It'll just burn money we don't have, right as the club's sale deadline on 5 December inches closer. Imagine new owners arriving only to inherit the bill for our panic. No thank you. Let Henrik see this period through bruised but standing. He deserves criticism, his tactics need refining, and his subs need quicker timing, but pulling the trigger now isn't bravery. It's desperation wearing a mask. The smart play? Survive the winter chaos, limp into the takeover, and let the new owners decide whether Pedersen gets a second chapter or whether we start fresh in the summer. Controlled damage now, proper rebuild later. Owls, here's my honest stance and I'll shout it from the rooftops. Backing Henrik isn't weakness, it's wisdom. We've sabotaged ourselves with impulsive choices before, and in the wreckage Chansiri left behind, stability is the sharpest weapon we have. Abandoning him now is handing despair the front door key. Stand with him through the storm, because if we don't fight, who will? Now tell me in the comments, if you were the new owner come 5 December, do you keep faith in Pedersen or do you start from scratch? Your voice could spark the debate that shapes our future. Like this post if you're sticking around for the long run, subscribe for every takeover update and survival breakdown, and join the Owl Army in the chat together. We're unstoppable. Onwards, Owls. Let's turn this around. Until next time.